want to pull this down?
Yeah.
Right bit.
Hey, Traveon, thanks for your time today. I appreciate it. When you guys reviewed the tape of what went down Saturday in Raleigh, what were some of the main mistakes you guys saw in terms of allowing so much yardage to come at the hands of the Wolfpack?
After reviewing all the tape, we knew that it was very detail oriented in what we needed to do, and we kind of lacked in some of the detail that we needed to execute, especially against their front and against their run scheme. We made a couple mistakes that we just had a lack of focus and lack of detail.
Traveon, how fixable are those things at this point in the year? You guys are only 2 games in, had a little bit of an abbreviated and kind of weird start to the season, but are those things easily correctable at this point?
They're very easily correctable. They're just more mental errors than physical errors. So those can be fixed with just being more locked in, more focused in preparation. And throughout the week, we just got to be more detail oriented in what we do and be more focused and actually just come out and execute. I feel like we haven't executed at the optimal level that we needed to the past couple weeks.
How does one become more detail oriented during the week? Is that like you and the older guys kind of yelling more? Is it the coaches yelling more? Is it less of that? Like what's going on now?
It's basically holding each other and ourselves accountable to the assignments and to the detail that we need to bring forth and practice. Even in the little drills, the walkthroughs, we need to be more focused and watch more film, get the young guys more into the game plan and more focused on what they need to do and what they need to bring, and pretty much holding ourselves all accountable at this point, because this is a tough time coming 0-2 at the beginning of the season. We're not really used to this. Normally we come off with a fast start, but with the season now and the competition that we have in early on, we just need to come out with a better execution and more attention to detail and what we need to do, because they're not just going to let us come out and not play at our optimal level and expect to win.
Traveon, did this come as a little bit of a surprise as you found yourself halfway through the game against NC State? Because when you look at it on paper, you guys returned so much on the defensive side of the ball, and that front seven was supposed to be a strength of the team. And all of a sudden, NC State's just kind of running all over you all. Was there like a shock or surprise at some point?
Coming into the year, we knew that our defense is going to be something special. But after the past couple of weeks, after analyzing the film after each game, we just noticed that we're not playing at the level that we need to. We're not coming out with the same type of mental focus and attention to detail that we pretty much expected us to have. We're just not coming out with that throughout the weeks, and we're not playing at the level that we need to, especially playing against Clemson and NC State, which are high-level teams. We need to come out with a different level than we have the past 2 weeks if we want to actually come out and play against Notre Dame.
Traveon, is that something that y'all see in practice during the week, or how does it not translate to Saturday, that attention to detail and the things that you're talking about?
I'm not totally positive. I don't really see everything that goes on and don't know everything that goes on in other people's head in terms of pregame and knowing what type of detail and focus they have coming into the game. I just know that throughout the week, we need to keep building up and having attention to detail. Even throughout the walkthroughs, we need to take things more seriously than we have in the past 2 weeks, and just come out with the focus that we know what we're doing, and we need to just execute at that point.
How hungry does that make you as a defense because of the last couple of weeks and just proving yourselves on Saturday against a team like Notre Dame?
Can you repeat that question? It was a little interference.
How hungry does that make y'all because of the last couple of weeks when you come into a game against Notre Dame and just to be focused and attention to detail and to prove your defense in that game?
After that game, we knew that we've not been playing at the level that we needed to, and it's kind of very disappointing. And we know that the season is just beginning. Like, we have a whole lot more games to play and a whole lot more work to do, and it pushes us to a different level because we want to actually prove that this defense is what people expect it to be. I mean, we have so many people returning back. Front seven is supposed to be top level, and the past couple weeks we haven't shown that. So it all relies back on us to actually come out each and every week and prove to everyone that this defense is here to stay and here to make plays and here to stop the offense from scoring.
Traveon, how frustrating is that for you personally when you look at the game you had last week? You led the team in tackles. The week before, AJ gets an interception. In a vacuum, it sort of seems like the Rovers are kind of doing their job in a way, but the defense is failing right now.
I mean, it's not enough just to have one position making all the plays. I mean, this is a collective defense, and as this defense, I mean, we all need to be doing our job collectively. Just one person doing more than the other, the outcome's going to stay the same. We're going to come out and give up easy touchdowns. Like, we all need to be, as a collective group, doing our job and executing at a high level.
Trey, you talk about focus. How much of that is on the coaches to get you guys focused, and how much of it is on you, especially a guy like you who's a senior leader, to get your teammates pointed in the right direction?
I mean, playing against Clemson, NC State, and Notre Dame early on in the season, I mean, the coaches shouldn't have to push us to get ready. Like, mentally, we want to play these types of games, and we want to perform at these types of games. So I feel like at this point, like, it's more on the players to get themselves mentally and physically prepared for these weeks, because we all are counting on each other to make plays and execute and do their job. So, I mean, the coaches are going to put us in the right position to make the plays. We just got to go out and execute at this point. Like, I mean, coaches can do with so much. They can't go out and make the tackles for us.
Traveon, can you at all put your finger on why you guys haven't had that attention to detail so far?
That I have no, like, true definition as to why the weeks has gone the way they have. It's just, at this point, we just got to keep going and learning from our mistakes and keep building on the things that we need to do better.
Trey, can you describe Connor, can you describe just what it's like for you guys playing your second ranked team this season when this is usually not the flow of the first few weeks of your season?
I mean, these are the type of games that we want to play. I mean, we want to play against ranked opponents. We want to come out and perform and be able to play against high-level teams. I mean, some people on this team have aspirations on going to the next level, and at the next level, you're going to play players from top-ranked teams. I mean, so these are the types of games that we want to play. We don't want to play any other team besides Clemson and Notre Dame who are ranked. I mean, these are the games that we want to play.
Trey, how happy have you been to be able to look up in the stands and see your dad holding his favorite finger?
I mean, he's always been my number one fan, and I love going up and looking up and seeing him there, seeing both my parents and my family cheering me on and cheering the team on. Like, I mean, it just feels like we all have that level of support from my family.
How long has that finger been around?
Yeah.
Ever since I got there, I think.
Has it had any major surgery?
Ever since I got there, I think that's when he got the finger. I'm not even really sure exactly when, but I know it was either my freshman or sophomore year.
It's been through a lot, though, right?
He's got multiple of them.
Okay. How many?
I know he got a closet full. Like, if one ever gets broken, he's got another one ready.
Do you have any idea where he got them? Like, did he go to some store or order them online?
I don't know. I think he probably ordered them. He's got so many. I don't know where he'd be getting them from. They just pop up, and I'm like, hold on. So you got another one?
He always manages to get on TV with it. Like it's a magnet for the cameras.
It's his personality. He's excited. He's ecstatic. So I mean, that's what you want at games. You want that type of support.
Okay, with that being said, you guys should have more fans there this week, with the governor's decision. What does that mean for you guys to have some more parents in the stands?
It gets, like I said, it gets more people into the stands and actually watching us play, and we get to feel that we have our families and fan support at these games.
Trey, with 2 games under your belt now, what would you say you've learned about your teammates and just this Wake Forest squad as a whole?
As a defense, I mean, we had so many people coming back, so we kind of already anticipate how each other plays, and we know that each other's going to come out and play. And as a team, I feel like this team is special. We definitely shouldn't be 0-2 right now, but this is the season that we have to deal with, and we just got to keep pushing forward. And we got a lot more games to play, so we got a lot more preparation that we need to be done.
Got time for one more for Traveon? You guys all good? All right, thank you. You just want to throw that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You just want to throw that.
Thanks, Trey.
All right.
Hey.
How's it going, Kenneth?
Let's unmute it.
Yeah, this guy.
Okay. So
I know we went over this last year after the Duke game. I think was the only time we talked to you. But do you prefer Kenneth, Kenny, KW3? Like, what's your preference?
you can say Ken.
Ken. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Well, this past weekend's game was a little different than the first game for you. What felt different or what looked different to you from game 1 to game 2?
I feel like we came more prepared for game 2. Game 1, we was like getting everything fixed up, and it helped us to prepare for game 2, like offense-wise. We were able to get our blocks right. Running backs was able to see the whole better. Like everything came together better.
You're talking kind of general offense. I was talking about you specifically. Like,
me specifically?
Yeah. Were you seeing things differently? I know you just mentioned kind of you were seeing the holes better.
Yes, sir. I was seeing things much differently. Felt more comfortable in the backfield. Felt kind of rusty the first game. Coming back for the first game, yeah. But second game, I felt much better.
Do you have any sense of why you felt rusty? Like, was that?
I guess it was the first game. I don't know.
Did you feel rusty in camp?
No, I felt good in camp. I felt great in camp, but I don't know. First game jitters, I don't know. Nervous.
Well, it's kind of the same way the last year went. Last year, you didn't. I think you were only on 1 or 2 kickoffs in the first game, and you were kind of frustrated by that. So you were happy to get down there to Rice and rip off the 96-yarder.
Yes, sir.
I guess that's just going to be your thing. You're a little rusty in the first game, and then the second game you break it all out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, what's going to be the key to repeating that this week against Notre Dame?
We got to fix a lot of mistakes that we had this game. Pretty much the mistakes we got to prepare, watch film, and that's about it. Got to come ready to compete.
Offensively, what were some of those mistakes that you're referencing, Kenneth or Ken?
Yeah, we had a lot of mistakes, like us running backs Pass blocking, we got to work on that better. Got to be able to see who's coming out threats, everything. Like as we run the ball, we got to trust the offense and sink the reach by everything. Like we just got to trust the offense.
What does that
Ken,
do
you've been
for
playing
you
behind.
as a,
Go ahead.
what does that do for you as a player moving forward, coming off a game like that?
Just got to stay locked in. Next game, I can't focus on what happened last week. Got to focus on this game and be ready and prepare.
Ken, your offensive line has not played together a lot. What was different between games 1 and 2 for them?
I feel like we got more movement on the line. We were able to come together more. Like they were able to come together more this game than last game in Clemson. That was about it.
And you mentioned that you were feeling good in fall camp. Obviously, we didn't get the chance to see fall camp this year like we did last year.
Right.
We kind of had your breakout performances, I guess. Walk me through how camp went. Wake Forest fans saw what you did last year and probably had lofty goals for what you could do this season. How did camp go, and how did the competition go between you and Christian Beale Smith, and how do you all kind of feed off each other?
Camp was great. Camp was great this year. It was a little different because everything that's going on now, the pandemic. But camp was great. Is man, Christian, we always compete, but we keep each other going and push each other. So like when he's doing good, I'm excited for him, and when I'm doing good, he's excited for me. So, but it's always good to compete because we make each other better.
What is it you think you two do differently on the field? There's been a pretty equal timeshare so far in the games. What is it that Christian Beale Smith brings to the field that you don't bring as much, and what do you bring to the field that maybe he doesn't bring as much?
That's a tough question. To be honest, I've never really paid attention to that. I've always felt like me and him got a similar run style, kind of shifty, quick. Yeah, I don't know.
Does it make it tough when you come out of the game and you're going to sit for the next series, however long that drive might be? Do you cool down? Do you feel like you can't get into your rhythm, or does it really not make a difference to you?
It doesn't really make a difference, but I know if I was to sit down the whole time, I would probably get like tight, legs cooled off, but like I have to like keep moving around on the sideline.
So what do you do to keep moving around? Do you like the bicycle, or you just make sure you're stretching all the time?
Sometimes I'll go to the bike, or sometimes I get one of my strength coaches to stretch me before I go back in the next series or whenever I go back in.
Ken, what would you say you've learned about your team through these first 2 weeks?
I've learned that our team competes. We facing a lot of adversity right now to be 0-2. Last year we started off much differently, 5-0. This year's a little differently, but we come together and keep competing. And I learned that we're a competitive bunch.
Ken, I know Kendrell isn't there. It seems like Quentin Cooley might have had an injury that's going to cost him this season. Does that put a little more pressure on you and Christian to make sure you guys are staying healthy and staying active to where you guys are basically the only 2 running backs with experience at this point?
I wouldn't say pressure, but we know that we got to prepare. Well, we got to stay healthy. We got to know, like, after a hard practice or a hard game, we got to get in the ice tubs, get in the cold tubs, everything. So we got to keep our bodies right. And we also got to make sure that Justice and the younger guys are ready to play too if it does come to that.
Kim, what was it like finding the end zone 3 times in one game? It's a pretty significant achievement for a Wake Forest running back.
It was a great feeling. That was my first time ever scoring more than once in a college game. So it was pretty exciting.
Ken, what would you say the biggest difference in you and your game from your freshman year to 2 games into your sophomore year now?
Oh, Well, I know the offense more. I feel more comfortable in what I need to do in the offense. Feel like last year I was seeing things kind of slower, but like I can pick up on things now quicker and everything. Feel more comfortable.
What was the most touchdowns you ever scored in a high school game?
6 in a high school game.
I figured it'd be pretty high.
Yeah.
So you got a little ways to go there to match that.
Long way.
What are the keys,
Oh.
Ken? What are the keys this week to moving the ball against that Notre Dame defense?
Well, for offense, we got to have 8 or more explosive plays. We got to stay on schedule. We got to be efficient on the run and pass, 55%, and that's about it. Start fast. Got to come out and start fast and be ready to play.
You know, you sounded an awful lot like Dave Clawson right there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anything else? Are you guys good?
I'm good.
Thanks,
All right.
Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna have him jump on that radio right after this. We're gonna have you jump on. And I'll see the rest of you guys for 1 o'clock with Ja'Cory.